Hello, my scrappy friends. It is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters, and thank you for joining me for a Kitaholic Kits design team layout. So for this layout, I started by taking that beautiful yellow paper and I cut it down to be an 11 by 11 inch square. And then I cut these rectangles into 2 and 7/8 inches, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was 7/8 inches into 4 equal sections, regardless. 4 equal sections. I then distressed the edges just using a pair of scissors. Fun fact, I have got another layout coming up with distressed edges, and this time I used my distressing tool so we can compare what we like better. The scissors, I do find are nice and quick, but it is more prone to like tearing and ripping into the paper than the distressing tool, in my opinion. I then pulled my Discover and Create Vicky Booten stencils out that we got in a previous kit and my Mont Art modeling paste. And as you can see, I'm just popping that through the stencil with my spatula. I love how that looks, by the way. I think that is so cute, but I should have done more. I find that this is definitely a problem of mine when it comes to mixed media. I err on the side of caution, and spoiler alert, but you end up not really being able to see the mixed media at all. So I definitely should have gone larger, bigger with the coverage, because I end up putting so many layers and so many bits and pieces onto my page that you don't even see it. So it was a stinking hot day here in Melbourne when I created this layout. I feel like there's a bit of a trend going here with my voiceovers. The last 3 weeks, I've told you that. We did have a heat wave, though, of 3 days in a row of 37-degree temperature. So it was definitely on the hot side. So I was able to get this mixed media background to dry really, really quickly, and I could keep going with my layout. So I have those two super cute photos, which are actually photos that I took while at work, just to document a bit of my art room space and my creative space while I'm working with the kitties. And this collection just works so beautifully for those kind of creating photos and creating spaces. So I'm layering up a piece of notebook paper along with the paint palette. I lost my words for a moment there. Then I popped on this sticker, washi tape sticker, and realized I didn't like how it looked when it was going across the teared section of the background paper. So I did cut that in half and actually put it on either side of the background. Now there's no right or wrong way whether it could have gone over the top of it or not, but for my personal preference, I prefer it still keeping those pages separated. I just like the look of those distressed edges. Then I am going to pop on my photos. These photos have, of course, been popped up with foam. These are pictures of my youngest students that I teach, which are the preps. They would be 5 years old. And it's our very first lesson of school. I gave them a cut out or a hand-drawn picture of the color monster, and they are using various supplies such as tissue paper and oil pastels and stickers to decorate their color monster. There is red, there is green, there is yellow, there is pink, there is blue. There is also black, but I didn't do that one because I didn't have a large variety of supplies in black. And I think that's all. So I'm just layering that up, and I really like the way that all came together. So then I'm going to move on to my second little cluster, but see what I mean about covering all of that mixed media. You cannot really see that I put that stencil in the background at all. So then I am going to put down the second little cluster here, and I'm using the cute little color swatch or color dot paper, but again, I end up covering most of that paper, so you can't really tell what it is anyway. And this one is again early in the school year. I have sent my grade ones, I want to say it is. So they're my 6 and 7 year olds on a scavenger hunt around the art room. The idea of this was so that they would learn where supplies are kept, like where are the scissors and where are the glue sticks and things like that. And they were to find something in every color of the color wheel and set up all the different things that they found into a color wheel. And they did really, really well because I also set them the extra challenge that they couldn't just get 3 pairs of scissors because they had a red scissors, a green scissors, and a yellow scissors. That once they had 1 pair of scissors, that was it, and they had to go and find another item. So they did really, really well. So now I am layering up. As you saw, I did put a color wheel on this one because it just went well with the story. I also put another paint palette. And of course, I am going to pop on some washi tape stickers as well, just to match in with what I had going on in that top cluster. Also that bulldog clip too, because I just like the way that adds on. This title is going to be Classroom Creation. So I'm just spreading all this out. What I also end up doing when I get up to the O in creation is I notice that a large percentage of that O is actually going to be under the bulldog clip. So I decided that I would actually use a Q because I don't often use the letter Q and it's often left over in my pack. And that section where the sort of the stick, I suppose, of the Q is sticking out, it's actually underneath the bulldog clip. So you genuinely cannot see it. So I thought that was the perfect timing to use the Q. I didn't have to doctor anything. You wouldn't even know if I didn't tell you. And it just saves the O for another word later on. So I was quite happy with that. I do find the first S in this classroom section so strange because it's literally a number 2, but facing the wrong way. So facing the way of an S, which is such a common mistake with kids. They do that all the time, put their 2s around the wrong way. So I just found that really interesting. I'm going to pop on those washi tape stickers now. That is another big sort of ring circle, ring watermark from your paint cup, and a little splodge. And then I was umming and ahhing whether to add these or not. I went to add one, then I took it off, and then I did add one. I'm still not sold if I love having them on the page, but they're there now, so they'll stay. But I'm not sure if they were necessary. I think the page looked quite nice without them, but I also don't think it ruins it having them. It's fine. I really love them. I love these little buttons. That's why I was happy to put them on, but I'm just not sure for this particular layout. But anywho, now that I have done that, I will put on some splatters and this layout will be complete. I love the bright yellow color in the background. I just think it is such a happy color and I think it works really, really well with this classroom layout. And I have just loved working with the kit this month. It has just flowed so nicely for me this month, which is quite a delight. So here are my close-up photos. As I said, I'm really happy with the way this came together. I love all the different textures and elements with the washi and the buttons and the layers and the distressing. I just think it's a really, really fun layout. I have one more layout coming up from this kit and I cannot wait to share it with you next week. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.